Live rebelliously, drink responsibly with Bedlam Vodka. I tell you, they're the best at what they do. I am in love with Bedlam Vodka. Goes down smooth, has consistency. Demand your Bedlam Vodka, and we appreciate Bedlam Vodka for sponsoring the Shoot to Grill podcast. BedlamVodka.com.
Shoot to grill, aim to chill. Too many cold ones, I need an Advil, yeah. Shoot to grill, I can't kill. So don't bring me nothing that's got chlorophyll, yeah.
Welcome to the Shoot to Grill podcast. I'm your host, Jason Bailey, and once again, doing it here from the Atlanta Grill Company in beautiful Roswell, Georgia.
Yep.
As you can see, we're surrounded by awesome grills. This is where grilling meets entertainment. Joined by my special master chef, Rashid with PhillipsBarbecueCo.com, and then our special celebrity guest here today. Now, when you talk about rock bands and you get them while they're young and fresh and they're not tainted by the business and the industry, when you could actually get them to sit down with you, that's what you get with Like Machine. So you got Andrew right here. Say hi, Andrew.
Hey.
And you've got Tanner right there. All right.
Nice.
So, fellas, thanks for being here. First, before we get into the amazing, cool shit that you guys are doing, we're going to talk to Sheed, because Sheed's going to cook us some amazing food as he does each and every episode. And I want you to pay attention, because not only do we have great conversations with special guests like the guys in Like Machines, but Sheed, it's important that those that are watching and listening learn a little something with what you're going to be doing. And you're doing the KJ, Kamado Joe, right?
Doing the KJ. I'm doing the KJ today as usual. Maybe season 3 we'll fire up one of the Napoleons for something else, but I just love the smokiness of the KJ, especially on burgers.
And what are you going to cook up?
So I'm making some nice double stacked deluxe burgers with some, brought some homemade bacon, some homemade smoked coarse ground mustard, homemade pickles. Gonna hit it with a fried egg on top.
Ooh.
All types of deliciousness and nice caramelized onions. It's a real treat today. A real treat. Oh yeah, I hope you came hungry.
Yeah, the fried egg.
Yeah, definitely.
That's badass. The fried egg, little pickle and fried egg. That's delicious.
That little bit extra there, and of course, you know, Terry came through, brought all the nice meat. So appreciate that, Terry.
Yeah, AtlantaSteakandSeafood.com each and every week. Terry Smith supplies our meats.
Yeah.
You know, and
Terry's got the meats.
It's funny because burgers, you know, whether you're using a KJ or a propane or a pellet, whatever you're using, it's so simplistic, but everybody's got a special little touch that they do to a burger. You guys grill dudes?
I like eating stuff that other people grill.
Yeah,
you're that guy.
Yeah,
I'm not a kitchen guy.
You're not?
I mean, I love good food, but you know, I'm really good at making like reservations.
That's a skill.
Highbrow.
Yeah.
So you guys go out and tour with the big dogs, and now you're making reservations like that. So you guys, even when you're home and you're off the road, you're not doing any grilling at the house. You're going over to people's houses like mine or Sheed's.
I've got a big green egg that I whip out every now and then. But
what do you cook on it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What's going on there?
We do some chicken wings sometimes.
Okay. I know a guy who made some wings disappear on a big green egg once.
Really?
On a Kamado Joe once, yeah.
No, it's not.
They just evaporated, disintegrated completely.
It's me.
I wasn't going to name names.
It was me.
It was me.
And it was on a Kamado Joe, and I took a nap on accident, and I had my wings.
You mean you had like 8 too many beers?
I was sleeping uncontrollably, and they're, you know, like they have this thing called the Joe Tisserie. Yeah. And it's a ring you put on, it's got a spit, and you plug it in, you put a basket, and you put your wings. And I fell asleep. And I was like, oh shit. So I go outside, and literally the entire wing was gone. All the wing, like the bone and everything. It got so hot, the handle melted.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I had to call Jason at Atlanta Grill Company. I was like, dude, do you have an extra handle? It's like, how long was I asleep for? I fell asleep for like an hour and a half. You're only supposed to be on
He's
for
like, yeah, I got a bottle of vodka over here. Come over.
20, 30 minutes, right? So these burgers, Sheed, that you're going to cook, explain the temperature and the racks that you're going to use and all that good stuff.
I'm on the top rack, and I've got it baffled on one end. So I've got my sear side on the left, my cook side on the right, and they won't take long at all. We've just got a lot because I'm double stacking them. and we're going at about 400 to 425 because I want that nice crust but medium rare on the inside. I hate an overcooked burger. It just annoys me. I can't do it. It's like an overcooked steak, you know? It's not right.
Can you sear it and then cook it like you do a steak?
You sure can definitely sear it and then cook it over.
So like if you got the cast iron, which you can put on the KJ or
which
whatever.
I've got my cast iron over there right now, getting nice and hot.
No, not the gimmick thing, not the pan. I'm talking about the actual-
the insect griddle that
right.
you can get.
So you can do that, sear it for like 60 seconds.
Each side and then put it on there to finish cooking while you get everything else out.
Sear it like on the pavement right now.
Yeah, as hot as it is, this countertop is scorching.
Yeah, no joke. You can do the egg here. That'd be badass, dude.
Hilarious.
Do the
I
egg
should've-
right
I
in
should've
front of
lined
the
it
I'll
with
take my
foil.
shirt off. We can do it on my back.
You guys may not be able to tell, but we're just dripping. It is hot. The things we go through for your entertainment.
That'll be the name of the next album, Egg on Andrew's Back. That would be awesome. Okay. And then, everybody's got a little of their own touch. I do a flying Hawaiian burger, a turkey burger that everybody seems to enjoy.
Good things.
Yeah, it's one of my things. When I cook it, maybe someday we'll do it here on the show. But for you, what's your special Sheed thing that you put on the burger that when people leave the Sheed House of Awesomeness, they go, dude, I got to have a Sheed meat in my mouth.
Hey, well, it depends on who you ask. But to keep our PG rating on the podcast, it's my homemade pickles and my homemade bacon. I haven't bought pickles or bacon in over a year. I make my own, so that's the thing that makes it different.
Pigs at your house?
I mean, do you want to know the answer to that?
Yeah, homemade bacon. What are you talking about?
No, I made some homemade bacon. All bacon is just cured pork belly smoked slowly.
Oh.
That's it.
You're not killing pigs.
No, I'm not killing pigs.
That's good.
My HOA would have a field day.
All right, so we're going to do burgers today, and you can
pigs.
see the grill cam, and
Yeah.
of course all the recipes we post up on the website as well. So let's get to Andrew and Tanner. The band Like Machines, but originally we were called something else.
Originally, we were called The Stir.
What happened? I like the start.
Nice. I like this stir. I'm gonna go cook some food.
We
right,
had
brother.
some. We had
Just give
some,
me a holler when you're ready.
Will do.
All right.
We had some kind of confusion. There was a band in the '90s called Stir. We went out with Collective Soul, and some of their fans were expecting a different band. And
They were
online,
very disappointed.
So I think I remembered that.
Yeah,
band. They were a thing, right?
They weren't huge per se, but they definitely had some success.
Yeah.
and now they're active again.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
And a lot of our links,
your luck.
right? And a lot of our links, like Spotify and stuff like that, were going to theirs, and vice versa.
So did you get a C&D?
No.
Like from them, or was it?
It's more of a B&E.
B&E. Did they reach out to you?
No, it was just kind of like a look. I mean, we didn't know about them at first, and we found out about them, and we don't really want to be a band that's already a band.
Right. Well,
You
did
know?
you not Google like?
No, it's this
When
band.
we started, Google didn't exist.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. This band just like came together so organically, and like it started with Andrew writing some songs, and then one person would play drums, and then I jumped in on bass, and then Cheney got on drums, and there was never like a let's start a band
Right.
moment. You know what I mean?
Well,
It
you've
just-
been doing this for a while, so you're
Yeah.
kind of maybe the more seasoned guy in the band, right? That's
Yeah,
fair to
Tanner
say?
was actually in a band called Soul Stash, and I used to go to a lot of their shows growing up and stuff because he's older than me.
Make sure you point that out. Okay, so and then how did you two connect?
We grew up going to school together around, in Atlanta, and
like elementary school.
yeah, elementary school.
Super young.
Yeah, first grade.
You remembered each other?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because I'm good friends with his younger brothers that are in my
Okay.
grade.
Well, and let me tell you guys that are watching or listening. So, full disclosure, a couple years back, through the radio show, there was like a Battle of the Bands thing. And I had met these guys, and this has been a couple years now, I guess. And, being in the radio business for as long as I've been in the business, I've heard of a lot of bands, come and go. Some have had success. And every once in a while, you hear a band, and especially a voice like Andrew's, and it just makes you stop and you never forget it. So I highly suggest that for those that are watching, not only for Sheed's Hamburgers here in a minute, but for great rock music, that you find these guys on Spotify. I know Octane on Sirius XM is you're getting a lot of play from those guys, which is phenomenal because I hear you guys on Octane quite often. But you have such a unique voice.
Thank you.
Do you realize that?
I don't think I do. I don't know. You know, I hear it differently because
Who do people tell you sound like?
I hear Dave Mustaine sometimes. I hear the singer from Cinderella sometimes. I hear, I get Slash and I get the guy from Coheed and Cambria just because my hair. But
Get AC/DC.
yeah, I get Bon Scott.
Bon Scott or Brian Johnson?
I've gotten Bon Scott.
Really?
But yeah.
Okay. I see. I think you're a modern day Chris Cornell.
Well, I really appreciate that.
That's what I hear. That's what I've always kind of explained your voice to people as a modern day Chris Cornell. And the sound of Like Machines is a true rock sound.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's it's like you can take a lot of bands, and it's not a knock on the bands and going, you're pop punk, you're heavy metal. You guys have that, you kind of live in that Godsmack world where it's heavy enough to be liked by the gearheads, but it's rock enough where you can understand the lyrics and still be comfortable and have it be played on the radio. I guess it's a little kind of weird, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I think we like it to be intelligent, but like simple at the same time.
Simple's good.
Yeah.
And you guys are getting ready to record your second album, but let's go back to the first album. And Destitute is a song that everybody's hearing on the radio right now, right? And that's off the first album. And you toured.
Yes.
A lot of touring. Who'd you go out on the road with?
We started going out with a band called Fozzy, fronted by Chris Jericho and Rich Ward, who plays guitar.
Yeah, we've had Rich on the podcast. Yeah.
So we went out with them for quite a bit. We did the Jericho Rock and Wrestling Raging Cruise. That was really interesting because I'd never seen wrestling before.
Really?
I didn't even know who Chris was before going out on. I have no idea about that world.
Living in a bubble, Terry. Living in a bubble here. True rock star.
I didn't really know. I definitely heard the name Chris Jericho, but I've never been into wrestling. So, but once you Google him, it's like WWE superstar.
So you guys went out on the road with Fozzy and did the cruise, the Jericho cruise, and just thought they were another band.
Before we went out, because you go out with them and then you see all the wrestling fans that are out there waiting on them.
Oh, they're special, aren't they?
Yeah. So then you see, this is, not just another
What'd you think
band.
of it, the wrestling?
Oh, it was really interesting. It was really cool. Well, it was Halloween also, so they were all in Super Mario outfits and stuff, so I really enjoyed that. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and
the energy is crazy.
Yeah, the crowd energy is great.
I'm a wrestling fan, and so I go back to when I was a kid, and I've known Chris for a while. So it's funny when you hear people that, and I'm sure Chris would probably appreciate people knowing him as the lead singer of Fozzy over being a wrestler, especially with the success that they had with Judas.
Yeah.
And he's a huge rock fan. He loves rock.
He's a huge rock fan.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a gimmicky rock fan.
Yeah. He loves Kiss.
I was going to say, he loves Kiss, and he loves the aura that is rock and roll.
Right.
So, and so Fozzy, who else did you go out on the road with?
We were out with Collective Soul for a while. We went up to Northeast with them in Canada and back down.
Played with Tyler Bryant, the Shakedown.
Tyler Bryant, the Shakedown. Clutch, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How did you get hooked up with Collective Soul? How did you get on that bill?
Hey, give us 30 seconds so we can thank some good people for making this happen. Big thanks to Northside Tool Rental for sponsoring Shoot to Grill. Any and all of your tool rental needs with 5 Atlanta area locations. From chainsaws to track loaders to wood splitters, I've rented just about everything from Northside Tool Rental. Check them out online, northsidetoolrental.com. Thanks, guys. See, that wasn't bad. Now back to the Shoot to Grill podcast.
I actually have known Ed for quite a while, but we ended up signing with Red Light Management, who manages Collective Soul.
Yeah. Good for you guys. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
they got a lot of big bands in there.
Yeah, they're
their
great.
label.
They're great.
Yeah.
We've really liked working with them so far.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, Collective Soul, they're an Atlanta
Except for
band.
Darren.
I know.
Collective Soul.
I think if we're talking about the same guy, yeah.
They're an Atlanta band, obviously, and like Dean used to rent a room at my studio, and I played in his side project, Magnets and Ghosts.
Oh yeah.
And Cheney, our drummer, used to be in Collective Soul. I mean, so like we're like
I'm wearing a Collective Soul shirt.
we're like good buddies with them, you know. So Ed's been a huge, and the whole band has been huge supporters of us, which is amazing.
Yeah, we couldn't be more grateful for their.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice did, let's say, Collective Soul, for example, because they've had so much success and they span over decades. You know, Will Turpin, who's in Collective Soul, has been on the show before, and Ed hopefully will come on soon too. But you know, those guys have kind of been through the fire and seen the red flags. They at some point in time kind of sit you down and say, guys, be careful of this, but do this.
I actually was with Ed one time and I asked him, I was like, do you have any advice? And he just said, buckle up.
Yeah.
So I thought that was some pretty good advice.
Yeah. What about you, Tanner?
You know, I can't say he's ever given me that sort of advice, but he's always, I kind of watch how he interacts and how he's, you know, look at Collective Soul as a whole, you know, from their entire career, and the moves he's made, you know, to keep it going and all that. I mean, it's definitely been a ride that he's had to buckle up for. You know?
Well, what would you guys say are some of the things that you learned just maybe by observing from any of these bands when you were out with them?
I would say that, you know, Chris is an incredible entertainer. I mean, there's not a lot of people that.
The whole band, really.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no.
They're all great.
Yeah, I mean, I remember at one show, song 1, Power.
Yep.
To the PA goes out. And I mean, so now they're just like up there, no, you know,
mics,
power
no
or
anything.
And he got the whole crowd chanting. I mean, it was like he didn't
True
miss
wrestling.
a beat.
True wrestling.
I mean, but it was amazing, you know, like not a lot of people
That was
can
great.
do that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And same with Ed, you know, he's just such a authentic performer. I feel like, you know, great front man.
And they have a lot of fun, you know, and they're really good. They're really close. The band, Collective Soul, they're all, you know, Dean and Ed are brothers, but they're all very close.
Right. Well, you know, it's important when you see bands. You know, you can have bands that have a cool sound, great lyrics, but when you go see them live, you're like, you don't have the rock star moves. Jericho has the rock star moves. Ed Roland has his signature kind of rock star move. You know, you look at some of the greatest frontmen that are still around and some that have passed, but like a Mick Jagger or a Weiland. These guys, there's something about them that is unique. So Andrew, I ask you as the lead singer of Like Machines, what are you going to do or have you done that you learned that's going to make you that great frontman?
Oh man, I don't know, but
tight pants, big kicks, push-ups, dance moves, jumping jacks. What the hell? Speedos. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Cock push-ups. I could just start doing cock push-ups on stage. You know?
You've got to do what you do as a fan of rock, and you go out there and you see the shows. I have to not only hear the songs that I like, but I've got to be entertained.
The hair isn't enough.
It's close. The hair is there. You get a fan on it, and it's kicking. That's good. But you got to do something else. You know this.
Of course.
You know somebody's had to have pulled you
I
aside.
usually ask crowds if they're erect during the middle of a
We
performance.
love that Andrew guy, man. He asks us if we're hard.
You know, so that's kind of funny. I like being funny. I'll sing in Tanner's mic sometimes, mess with our sound guy, Greg. You know, having fun.
Yeah, I think that's probably a hard question for him to answer. I mean, because you know, when performing is like, I mean, sure, sometimes you might think about a move or whatever, but I think for us, it's very like organic and like natural. We're not like thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna do this here or that there kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, like Eddie Vedder used to climb the scaffolding. I might go underground, do the opposite. Who knows?
You dig a hole.
Yeah, just start digging. Bring a
Hey,
shovel.
Andrew,
Oh, he's got the shovel.
That son of a bitch digs.
I think it just happens, and I think our music's super energetic, so it's hard not to like be running around on stage and.
So explain, the song that many of you might have heard, Destitute. Explain kind of most bands. I'm sorry, am I talking to Siri? You want to get in on this?
Yeah.
Where's Alexa?
Kind of have a blueprint. You have a blueprint. Some bands do, not all bands, with the style of your music and what you guys sing about and the audience that you play to. Do you have one?
Well, so the Stir, I named it the Stir because I wanted it to be to stir thought or emotions or whatever, to kind of provoke thought. And like Machines is kind of the same thing.
So you want people to think about what you're singing about.
Yeah.
Makes sense, And as far as the music that surrounds the lyrics, do you two, is it, because it's a 3-piece set, is everybody involved with the creative or is it mainly you two?
I mean, it's usually, someone will start. They'll
Damn
start with
drummer never gets
yeah,
invited.
Yeah. No, he's like on a beach somewhere right now. He's on Orange Beach right now. Then. But it usually starts with a riff or a chorus idea or something, and then we'll kind of just hammer it out. Usually takes 3, 4, 5 kind of writing sessions till we feel like, okay, this is sounding like a song now. Being a 3-piece, it kind of adds a little bit extra challenge because we don't have that extra guitar that can come in the chorus or there's not that extra keyboard or whatever, so we gotta write the songs to still move,
Well, you look at a lot of successful 3-piece bands and you don't think of a heavier rock band as a 3-piece band. You think of, more of a punk side of things.
Sure.
The kind of the 3-chord Johnny. So when you have a three-piece band and you're doing the music that you're doing, it is more difficult and more challenging. Have you thought about adding a 4th person? I can play the recorder.
Okay, well, now we're thinking about adding you.
I'm just saying. I still got it stashed away in my felt sock. It says Yamaha on it.
Nice. Can I have that sock, actually?
It's a little stiff right now. It was with me through college. Right. But have you thought about adding a 4th person? I mean, because you can expand your catalog a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't so much.
I asked a question that you don't want to answer.
Well, I
just saw the look on your face.
It's so much more about the dynamic of that person.
They can't be a dick.
Right. I mean, and just someone that you want to hang out with more than.
If I were to guess, you had a 4th person, you brought him in, you auditioned, he was a dick, and he said, "No, we're not doing it." Guaranteed, that's what happened.
No, we've always been a 3-piece.
No, we actually had a guy come in and try out for the recorder, and he had this weird Yamaha sock it was in. Weird guy, that guy sucked.
Did I tell you about somebody breaking into my house? Took my recorder. Said he went to go audition for a band. So where do you guys want to be in another year, in another 5 years? Are there bands that you...
Japan.
Are you
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be touring all over the planet.
Well, here's the thing is that music in the States sometimes doesn't work until it goes to, a lot of times, the UK. Mm-hmm. In the UK, they have these festivals, and I just remember you would have a Judas Priest and an Alter Bridge, and it's kind of, they don't look at genres of music like we do here in the States. Mm-hmm. And bands would just pop in the UK, even though they're American, and then we would
Rival Sons is a good example of that.
Okay, so they went over there, they popped, and then they come back. Mm-hmm. So you want to get outside the States. Is that seriously a goal?
Oh yeah, definitely.
The bands that you want to tour with?
Yeah, the bands that we want to tour with are touring.
Like who?
UK, Queens of the Stone Age, Rival Sons, bands like that.
Royal Blood.
Royal Blood.
Why Queens of the Stone Age?
I like them.
Do you?
Do you not?
Yeah. No, I do. I'm just curious. Josh is the olive branch to every band known to man. I mean,
he is.
It's a rock joke.
Yeah.
If you do a tree, Josh Homme will be a part of.
Yeah.
I mean, from Foo Fighters to, just everywhere. He's all over the place.
For sure.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I was just curious, who you would want to play with. That's all. You, Tanner? Any?
I really like Royal Blood right now. Been digging them a lot. There's a band, I don't know if we necessarily fit with them, but I've been digging Bring Me the Horizon a lot lately. They're a newer band.
So you're picking these bands based off of their music that you like?
Yes. We Bring Me the Horizon's in a hard rock genre, but, they're a little bit more like poppy, I would say, than we are maybe.
Right.
I don't know. But, it's such a hard question. I listen to so many different genres of music. I probably listen to rock the least.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you listen to most?
A lot of pop music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's like putting sugar on your cereal, man.
Just can't get enough of it. Well, do you have any kids?
No.
All right. I have a 14-year-old daughter. You get a lot of that pop music.
Yeah, I grew up watching like Hannah Montana and stuff, so I know all about. Not today's pop so much, but
don't get me wrong. I listen to rock too, but
it's catchy
because I have sisters, not because I'm.
No, it's like you don't have to
watching
explain
Hannah Montana.
Yeah. Tell me about.
I watch Hannah Montana. Okay.
Tell me about your Disney stories, your Disney days. It's funny when I was a kid. I was probably like 8, 9 years old. I was upstairs, TV's on. This is the '80s, so My Little Pony, some night special came on, and I watched it, and I felt like so dirty afterwards because it's a different day and age. You guys know that. And I went downstairs and I pulled my mom aside and I said, "Mom, is something wrong with me?" She goes, "Why?" I said, "I just watched an entire My Little Pony thing." I said, I'm a boy, I'm not supposed to do that. She's like, "It's okay." Fast forward like 15 years later, I hooked up with a chick that used to voice one of My Little Ponies.
No way.
That is hilarious.
All right, LikeMachinesMusic.com. You've got everything on the social media. You've gotten rid of the stir stuff because of that damn band from back in the day. I hope you kept some of the old merch, though.
Well, we killed them.
You killed them. They're no longer with us. That's where you're going to go visit when you're on stage and you dig underground.
Exactly.
But you better hold on to that merch because I'm telling you, I've had faith in you guys since I first met you. And I'm telling you guys watching or listening to the show, these guys, you have a talent that comes along very rarely in this business.
Thank you.
You have to exploit it, and you guys will. And you guys will be very, very successful.
I appreciate it.
And you're supported by great people too.
Like you.
I'm the least of those great people, but you've got some people that are going to take you places like Ed and Collective Soul and Jericho and Rich and Will and all those guys, that have been doing it for a minute and have connections. So, well, just out of curiosity, you almost ready, Sheed, with those burgers?
Dude,
it smells awesome.
It's smelling good.
Okay, about 10 minutes.
That's the greatest apron I think I've ever seen.
Does he look like he should be in hospital?
You look like you're about to make a sword. That's awesome.
Something like this, but this is like a man's spatula. Something serious.
What's that show, like Forging Fire? He's like, dude, dude. But these guys that are hooking you up, that's what it's about. It's about connections and developing relationships. Talk a little bit about that, the people that you've been out on the road with and where they've gotten you, that you wouldn't have gotten there without knowing those dudes.
Oh man, Chris has been a huge supporter. Just even him like tweeting out, check out Like Machine's new video.
He plays us on his test drive, or not his test drive. What
Rock
is this
of
show?
Jericho,
Rock of Jericho.
Octane show. He played us on there too.
Does he really get to pick when he plays?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah.
If not, somebody else picked us.
If somebody else would pick you guys. Well, I'm sure you guys got a lot of fans when you went out there.
Yeah.
And
just being able to open for both of Fozzy and Collective Soul. Not everybody in their fan base liked us. Some of the Collective Soul fans we were maybe a little heavy for or whatever.
How did you know they didn't like you?
Some just
No. You gotta tell me. I want to know.
because they fucking stay sitting the whole time.
Yeah, that's sit a lot. There's a lot of sitters out there that I just don't like. I don't like chairs either. If you're gonna book a show, get rid of the chairs. Unscrew them from the ground. Whatever you have to do, don't put them in there.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean they don't like you. They're just not familiar with you.
But it's a weird feeling on stage.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a little energy going when you have dudes sitting there in their seats and they're it's like, hey, let's bring out Collective Soul, But did anybody like on the tour be like, boo, get off, throw shit at you?
Nah, we never had that. Yet. I'm sure it'll happen.
How are you going to handle it?
Be
You're
like,
trying to
yeah,
tell
you
me,
know,
dude,
you're right, dude. I don't even know what we're doing here. That's what I'm gonna say.
You're trying to tell me you've never had someone throw anything at you on stage.
Bras.
Brawls?
I stole-
Oh, brawls, not
Brawls.
brawls, but
No,
like
no, brawls.
brawls.
Yeah, I stole a top from a stripper at Boomers one time.
No,
But
brawls.
that's not related.
You'll get something thrown at you. I promise you. At some point in your long, successful career, you're going to have something thrown at you.
That's
Like a
cool,
fake
man.
penis.
I look forward to those moments. Like, you know, I can't wait. Like on our videos and stuff, when we're getting too many good comments,
Yeah.
I'm like, we need
Where's
some
the-
bad
where's
ones
the
in here,
dude?
man. You know, we gotta even it out a little bit.
You want the bad ones.
Yeah.
All right, so
They're
go to
pretty
the
funny.
Like Machine social media, say something negative
Yeah.
about
Start
the
talking
band,
shit.
and then finish it with a laughy face.
There you go.
So they know that you're joking, but they still
don't
want the
actually
negative.
hurt our feelings, but you know, we appreciate some humor.
What about groupies? Have we got to the groupie stage yet? I don't even know if they exist this day and age.
They do.
Oh,
exist.
okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, so
We have seen them about in their environments, but we are not of the level to have them to ourselves.
so you went to the parking lot of the zoo, you just couldn't afford admission.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, man,
exactly.
there's the tiger, but I'm only the opener.
You usually can get the clearance rack though, as long as you're on stage.
The really drunk ones.
Yeah, you might not be able to get the polo shirt, but you can get chaps.
Well,
Right,
then
right.
you're just you're making out with her, and then she's like, "Where's Chris?" And you're like, "Fuck."
But that's okay because these guys can't handle them all. Yeah. Do any of you? None of you are married, right?
I'm engaged.
You're engaged.
Yeah.
Did you get engaged before you started popping as a band? Oh, that's right. I've
got
met your
engaged-
fiance. She's very nice.
Yeah, I got engaged in December, so we were rocking before that.
Yeah. How does she feel about all this?
She loves it.
Yeah, she got on the
She
road
works
again?
out to our music.
That's cool.
Yeah.
She worried about it? Is
Not at
Tanner
all.
kind of a stay-at-home rock star?
We both
Somebody's
kind
got to live the life.
We live the life, bro. We like to party.
to party.
We're party
No.
animals.
Do you like to party? I was telling him a story before we started recording. I'm not going to repeat, but it was a.
If you know what that means, then you know what we're talking about.
Do you like to party? I love to party.
Yeah.
No. Do you like to party? Yeah, man, I'm a party animal. No, man. Do you like to party? Oh, no, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very
We
much.
don't like to party like that, but we like to party.
You'll never forget that story,
No.
will you?
No.
That's pretty good.
That's cool. Destitute. Talk about that while she gets these burgers ready to rock and roll, because this is the song that a lot of people now are probably familiar with you guys. They associate you with Destitute, especially if they're listening on Spotify or on Sirius XM. So go ahead, talk
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
we released Destitute back in June,
About 3 weeks ago.
about 3 weeks ago, and it's over 200,000 views on the video, which is really awesome. We weren't really expecting that.
You
And
get
it's,
paid for that? You get paid for the views?
if-
Still trying to
if-
figure out how
Are
that
you gonna
works.
give me
I'm
money?
still trying to figure that out too.
Will
Dude,
give
if
me
you
some
can get
money?
me 200,000 views on this, I think we clicked the money sign on YouTube. I'm pretty sure. You wrote the song?
Yeah.
Yeah. No help? From,
Well, I brought the lyrics and the song idea to, rehearsal, and we got it the rest of the way.
you guys are going to have one of those stories, those Rolling Stones stories, where, dude, man, I was in a hotel sitting in a chair and I did this riff and I passed out and I woke up and it was satisfaction. Like you're going to have, I think actually that's the story.
Like Mark
behind it.
Knopfler.
You're going to have to, you're going to have that, there's always a good story by a great.
All right, well,
by a
let's
great
get
song.
hammered soon.
What is it? It has to be organic, though. You'll have to be out on the road, and you'll have to be a party animal, and then write the next biggest hit by Like Machines.
Of course.
That's
That's
how
how it
is.
works. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
Hey, give us 30 seconds so we can thank some good people for making this happen.
You a cigar smoker? Great news for you. TheHumidor.com. You got to go to this website. They are a big supporter of the Shoot to Grill podcast. Free shipping on every order every day. Cigar bundles, samplers, and boxes, guaranteed freshness. Huge selection of cigars, handpicked by certified tobacconists. That's an awesome word. Great prices, the best in the business, thehumidor.com, and a big thanks for sponsoring the Shoot to Grill podcast.
See, that wasn't bad. Now back to the Shoot to Grill podcast.
And the drummer, so he grew up with you guys, or?
No, Cheney, we just knew him from the Atlanta music scene. You know, he
There's a lot of music here.
He used to play in Collective Soul.
Yeah.
And he's come to the studio for stuff, and just, I don't know, you know, another one of those running in the same circle kind of guys, you know.
Yeah.
And he is the quintessential rock drummer.
What does that mean?
Just big drum kit, lots of cymbals, you know, just caveman in it. I mean, it's fucking awesome.
A lot of drummers are kind of dicks. I mean,
He's not a dick.
He's not.
No, he's a sweet
He's
teddy
sweet.
bear.
Yeah. So don't say he's the stereotypical rock drummer, because at least in my experience.
Well, I just mean that from a playing stylistic point.
Yeah. So he's. I mean, he bangs hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like.
Oh,
He definitely, he likes, what does he say? Hammer
Hammer
down. He
down.
likes to hammer down.
So he's the grunt behind the band. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as far as your parents and your support system, I mean, you know.
Fully on board.
Yeah, my parents were very supportive. You know, growing up, it was kind of, you know, they wanted me to go to college and do the, you know, kind of set out path. And but now they're on board.
Well, you guys don't have any other jobs, right? You guys are strictly rock stars, 24/7, 365.
I got a bunch of jobs.
What are you doing, man?
I
You gotta
work.
focus on the music. You
Yeah.
gotta party hard.
Well, if you'd start sending me money, man.
I'm telling you, I'm bringing the recorder to rehearsal this week. So what do you do when you're not being a rock star?
I work for a couple different music production companies. Like one is Music Matters. They put on like Shakinese, stuff like that.
So you're in the business.
Yeah.
It's not like you're bagging groceries.
No, yeah, I'm still, you know, around music, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I love working for the companies that I work for, like Music Matters. So
Yeah.
It
Well,
works
you
out.
know, Ed worked for Will's dad, Ed from Collective
Right,
Soul,
yeah.
back in the day. You know, so that's just how the thing. You still working, or are you strictly?
Me?
Yeah. Light
Oh yeah, I
machines?
got the studio over in Chambly,
Yeah.
so I'm there every day, working on our stuff, working on other artists, all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm full-time music every day, all day.
I would think that would become kind of a, you know, pain in the ass. It's like, you know, let's just say, for example, Andrew.
well, I started to read. So
Let's just say Andrew didn't have a job where I'm sure they're pretty lenient with your schedule, right?
yeah.
But let's say, for example, let's give him a new job. He is
Dentist.
He is a dentist. You are Dr. Andrew. Yes. But you're
I'd
not
be making
really a
way more
doctor.
money.
You're just a dentist. Actually, you're a dental assistant. And you have a 9 to 5. And you're like, dude, we got to lay down the everything for our new song. It's going to be a huge hit.
Right.
And it's called College Sock. And you're like, I got it in my head. I know the bass line, everything like that. You're like, sorry, dude, I got to work. That would suck.
yeah, I mean,
You can't
know,
have those problems.
the world wouldn't get to hear College Sock. That would suck. That would
We would be without College Sock and like machines going down the road. That would be absolutely horrible. So as you traveled the country with all these other bands, I'm sure you did media, did a little radio here and there and stuff. Any bad experiences?
Not on
Because
media.
radio guys can be. Ugh.
one
No,
time.
I
One
think-
time.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well, one time as we were the stir. Oh, okay.
Don't break the plastic.
You see, I left a little bit of water in mine.
Keep it heavy.
Smart man.
Yeah, that's why he's a dentist.
Yeah, right. We, as the stir, we were in Athens on the college radio there, the UGA college radio, and one of us said the F-bomb on live radio, so that was kind of funny. We
Yeah.
liked that. They didn't like it, but we did.
Yeah. Well, did they not have a dump button?
They maybe did, but
College radio.
it
maybe
was
not.
it was college radio.
Who did it? You?
No, one of our drummers.
One of your drummers.
Yeah, before my brother played drums
Oh, okay.
in the band, and then he decided he didn't want to do music anymore. And but yeah, he just
What is he doing now? He's a dentist, probably.
he's a dentist.
Dentist. He does my teeth, actually. We do each other's teeth at the same time.
It's like it's Andrew and Tanner's brother, MD or whatever.
No,
they call it.
he still does music. He's a super funny guy. He's been getting into writing some comedy,
Oh, good for
stuff
him.
like that.
Yeah, he's one of the funniest people
Yeah,
I've ever
he's
met.
awesome.
Yeah, that's tough to walk away from the business if that's what you did, and you're good at it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to make a.
He's figuring it out.
He's figuring it out. Yeah. What about any bad experiences while you're traveling the country?
One bus we were on had cockroaches
On the bus.
on the bus.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I have a fan experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we go to the merch table after the show.
Sign autographs.
Yeah, and this one lady, she started to show me her dental surgeries, and this other guy showed me his like muscle surgeries, and I was like, why do you guys want to show me your surgeries? It was interesting.
Well, what do you mean dent? Like her mouth?
Like mouth, like she's like showing me pictures like on her phone of
I
like,
don't remember that. Where was that?
I think that was at Pierre's.
Oh wow.
What was
yeah.
the weirdest concert you guys played? Oddest concert, oddest venue? Because this, you know, the tour, like with Fozzy, I mean, you're not in stadiums. No offense to the Fozzy in the tour, but they're smaller venues, so you're going to get a different crowd, and you're going to be more up close and personal.
I'll let Tanner tell this one.
I mean, I don't know about worst.
Don't hold back. I
No.
want the God's honest truth.
I mean, there was this one show.
What place sucked?
What was it called? Aftershock in
West Virginia?
I think it was Kansas or Missouri. It was like
Oh
outside
yeah,
of
it was
Kansas
in
City.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. Anyway, this venue, I mean, it wasn't like a complete shithole, but it was pretty bad. I mean, and we had to like replace part of the PA. It was with Fozzy. We had to like replace one side of the PA because it just sounded like shit.
Right.
There's power in the place. I mean, there was just extension cords
Oh, that was in
running
Kansas. Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, and so we're the first band, or maybe we're the middle band, I can't remember, but we get on stage and we're just having problems galore, power problems. We can't hear in our in-ears. You know, I think we were middle band, so we had to like really hustle to like get on stage.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like this shit beginning to the show, you know, we're playing, we can't hear each other or whatever. Then Andrew goes up to the front of the stage and he's taking a guitar solo.
This is after I ripped my thumbnail off.
Oh yeah, okay, I forgot about that, yeah. And he's playing, steps back, he falls over his pedal board and just nails his head
Fell into the speaker
into the guitar
cabinets.
cab. I mean,
It's like the movie Rockstar, and Mark Wahlberg falls down the stairs.
yeah. Which miraculously doesn't miss a note. I'm playing, I see it happen, I instantly turn around laughing my ass off, like a good bandmate should. Look at Cheney, he's laughing his ass off. And of course, thank God a fan caught it on video.
Oh, yeah?
So, you know,
Yeah.
we tweeted it out the next day, whatever. And I don't know, it was kind of one of those shows where just nothing went right. You know what I mean? But,
It was
but after
hilarious.
that happened, it was kind of like, fuck it. And
Yeah.
we just didn't care, and it actually turned out to be a pretty fun show.
Yeah, it
after
was.
that.
Well, that's the
But-
great thing about, you know, being a band, especially a newer band in the digital era, is that all this stuff that happens, you falling, whatever, PA doesn't work, you know, somebody's getting it on camera. You know, can you imagine, you know, bands that, you know, before smartphones that were playing shows and how much stupid shit happened
Oh, yeah.
and never got recorded or
Yep.
documented.
Well, it's
They
like
just have a
the
memory.
stories you hear, you know, like Keith Moon driving a car into a pool, you know, or throwing TVs out hotel windows, you know. I mean, all that would have been caught on camera nowadays.
How many scaffolds Eddie Vedder climbed and we never
Yeah.
got to see.
Exactly.
We just know it from the video,
Yeah.
and that's about it. You
Yeah.
know, but you know that's what makes the memories. You know, it's a different day and age. But you know, I think that you guys, as you continue to grow and lyrically, musically, and as a band, the chemistry, and that goes with any occupation. You guys are gonna have a lot of success, and you guys are about to go back on the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing first? The second album, or are you going back on the road?
We're kind of working on
Oh my gosh.
That's a burger.
what were we talking about?
Yeah, I know, really. We'll dress this up in a second, but
Yeah,
I think he's got everything on it.
We're
Yeah.
just in the studio recording. We're kind of releasing singles
Thank you.
at the moment that will, you know, most likely like, accumulate into an album. So, you know,
And you're going back out on the road.
and then we've got some shows in the fall, and hopefully we're going to be booking a ton of shows for next year, especially.
Do you have a bigger band that you're planning on going out on the road with?
Well, in September we got a couple shows with Avatar. They're a band from Sweden.
Okay.
Pretty big though.
Sweden.
Love the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Are they blue?
so we're excited about that. Are they
They
what?
do paint
Are
themselves.
they blue?
Yeah.
Just not blue.
Yeah, they do. They do. You know, they've got a
Do they have trippy little things from trees?
probably. They kind of got this like
Circusy.
circus pirate shtick going on.
Do they really?
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Told you got to get a circus
I'm
pirate.
telling you.
They stole your gimmick. Any other bands?
That's all that's confirmed at the moment, or all I can talk about at the moment.
Okay, but there are some in the works.
Oh yeah.
At least we all know there's hope for you guys.
We plan to, you know, we've been in the studio recording probably 10, 12 songs, you know, about an album, and we're gonna release them, you know, for the rest of the year.
That's a thing now with bands,
Yeah.
right? Instead of releasing an album, you release songs.
Yeah.
Because it's all, you know, everybody's downloading
Right.
it. So why, like, shoot it all at one time?
Yeah,
right?
and I mean, I think it kind of lets more light shine on each song, you know, rather than if you release 12 songs at once, you know, you're gonna have the single,
Right.
you know. But this way, you each song kind of has its own moment. If that makes sense, you know.
You ready to eat?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, this looks amazing. Sheed, you coming over here?
Yeah, brother.
Did you make enough for the fellas inside?
Give
Because
me a water.
There's some. We'll make it work.
we got some more burgers. All right, because Jason from Atlanta Grill Company is over here hovering. He smells the burgers.
Jason, your store is awesome.
Okay, so what do we
We
got
got free
here?
grills,
Come back
right?
over here, bro, man. This burger looks amazing.
It does.
I appreciate that.
Oh my God. All right, you want to run through this again, Sheed?
Yeah.
Go ahead, because I'm eating. Take it away. It's all you. Sheed show.
So we got a double stack burger here, fried egg, some caramelized onions,
Oh my God.
homegrown tomatoes, homemade pickles, homemade mustard, and homemade bacon. It's just nice and simple. Seared it, then let it finish cooking over on the KJ. Got that nice smokiness in there. It's good all around. You can't really complain there.
So, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, but
You can
get in
go.
there.
It's gonna be in my hair and stuff.
So, the searing of the burger
Yeah,
is amazing.
thank you, brother.
So when you bite down, you got a crisp.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had that. I mean, that is all. And then it's so
Appreciate it.
That's
so
incredible.
tasty.
Thank you, man.
You can taste every single thing you have in this burger.
Thank you.
So, temperature-wise, I'm spitting all over myself.
We're rolling at about 400 the whole time. Rolling at 400. Got my hot side going, seared all on there. That's the same side I put my cast iron on to cook the eggs and caramelize the onions. Put a little salt and lime on the tomatoes to pull out that sweetness. These are like homegrown. You see that slide? You see the slide right
Oh,
there?
wow.
That's the cheese. That's
Oh,
cheese
yeah.
just saying, hey, eat me.
Yeah,
This isn't a put down
I'm
burger.
doing
Once
it.
you get
I'm
started,
doing
you
it.
just got to keep going.
yeah, you're right. It's not a put-down burger. Yeah.
You just got to keep going.
And if you're watching, obviously, on the grill cam, and Sheed will have the step-by-step
Yeah, yeah,
recipe
we'll put
on the
it up
website. But this burger is, you know, we talk about it often on the show, is that you want people to come to your house
Yeah.
when you grill, whether it's on a KJ, an egg, a pellet, a propane, whatever. You want them to leave going, that is the best fill in the blank ever.
Basically.
This burger would be the best burger I've ever eaten.
Oh, man. I
This
appreciate
is
that, brother.
amazing.
This is pretty serious.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. If you guys need a chef on tour, you know, I can wheel my smoker around.
Why do you always want to leave me?
Dude,
I'm making sure. I'm just shocked every time you have me back every week.
I've always
I feel like
said-
you're pushing me out. I didn't even get a chair this time. I feel like it's a sign.
We'll give you a whole bus, man.
I'm with it.
All right, so let's eat our burgers. LikeMachinesMusic.com.
It's not gonna happen.
You can hear Destitute on SiriusXM, Spotify Hard Rock Playlist, Apple Breaking Hard Rock Playlist. Your video reached #1 on Vivo's Discover Rock.
Nice.
You guys are getting all kinds of love.
Thanks for taking the time.
So Andrew Tanner, Cheney's not here. He's somewhere else. They're going to be on tour. You want to see these guys, support these guys. Big thanks again to Sheed each and every week. PhillipsBarbecueCo.com, AtlantaGrillCompany.com. They'll ship a KJ to your house.
Yeah.
And you're going to get it
To
a
your
better
door.
price here than anywhere else. AtlantaSteakAndSeafood.com. Terry, thanks for the burgers, the meat
Thanks,
each and
Terry.
every week. OxLawFirm.com, looking for a divorce. Jarrett and the crew over there will take care of that. NorthsideToolRental.com, Bedlam Vodka, live rebelliously, drink responsibly. I love me some Bedlam Vodka. The Humidor.com, if you're a cigar smoker or you need any of the utensils for the cigars, dude, you go to their website, amazing deals, and they ship that right there. Very cool website, the Humidor.com for cigar smokers. CreateGraphix.net for the shirt, and of course the banner and everything they do for us. So, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Dude.
All right, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Take care,
Thanks
guys.
for supporting Shoot to Grill. Bye.
A big thanks to Jarrett with Oxendine Law Firm, oxlawfirm.com. What does Jarrett do? Well, Jarrett will take care of any divorce that you might be thinking about having. He handles divorces in the state of Georgia and especially the greater Atlanta area. oxlawfirm.com. Thanks, Jarrett.